Morning, I'm Rachel from I Printed That, and I'm going to be bringing you a stress-busting printmaking activity live this morning as part of Virtual Village Hall Facebook page. If you'd like to join in with me, then all you'll need are some fresh autumn leaves, a sturdy chopping board or similar. You'll need a couple of pieces of natural fabric like calico or cotton, and you're going to need a hammer as well. The print technique that I'm going to be showing you is called hapazomi. It's a Japanese term for leaf dye, and it was developed and named by an artist called India Flint. Now, rightly so, India says, well, this is probably something that people have been doing for thousands of years, but it was her that really took it on and ran with it, and I'm going to be sharing that with you today. What I absolutely love about this technique is that you don't need many items to do it, just these few. You don't need, and also it's really, really quick. The results are immediate. And as someone who's quite impatient, that's really, really good for me. So I'm going to show you now how to do it. You'll need your leaves, as I said, a couple of pieces of natural fabric, calico, cotton work well. Silk is a little bit too delicate for this, and also stick with light colours or go with white. I'm also going to give you a 10-second warning so that you can find your volume control and turn it down, because once I start hammering, it's going to be really, really loud. While you're finding your volume control and turning it down, I'm going to put my earplugs in, and I'm also going to put my microphone under some cushions, so it will muffle the sound. If you can't find your volume control, there still will be a little bit of sound, but it won't be quite so bad as if it's right next to my microphone. So this is your 10-second warning. Please turn down your volume, and when I've finished, I'll give you the thumbs up and you can turn your volume back on again. Okay, so you can turn your volumes up now. And I'm just going to go, if you're just joining us, you're just joining now, then I'm just going to quickly go over what we've already done. So I've got 2 pieces of fabric, calico or cotton. Don't use silk because it's too delicate, and stick with light or white fabric. I laid the first piece of fabric down onto my chopping board. I've got a nice sturdy chopping board here, and also my table's really sturdy. If you haven't got a sturdy table, then you can do this on the floor. I then laid my leaves face up. Now I've tried various ways, face up, face down, and to be honest, there isn't a formula that works on every single leaf. So it really is a little bit of trial and error. But the lovely thing is, because it's so quick, it doesn't matter. You can have a go, and then if it doesn't work, try again with another one. I then put the other piece of fabric on top of the leaves, and then holding my hammer quite close to the head so that I've got a really good control, I've hammered away. Now I'm a little bit of a daredevil, and I do keep my fingers fairly close but away from the hammer. If you find that you are a little bit accident prone, then I would suggest keeping your hand behind your back and hammering that way, and that way that you've got no chance of hitting your fingers, because I don't need to tell you, that really, really hurts. So as I say, I've just pummeled the life out of these leaves, and they've released their pigments onto the fabric. So the leaves that I chose are fresh from the trees. I didn't pick any up that were on the ground, because you need the moisture as well as the pigments for this to work. If you pick them up from the ground, then it means that they might have dried out already and they don't work so well. So it's fresh leaves you need to use. You can also use any leaves, any time of the year, any petals as well. I wanted to show you this one in autumn because it's so special at the moment, with all the autumnal colours, the crimsons, the magentas, the mustards, the scarlets. It's so nice to be able to preserve those colours at the moment. So that's how it looks when you have pummeled the life out of it. So I'm just going to remove that top layer, and you'll see the top layer will give you a little bit of a print, but it's the second layer that really does the job, and you get quite a bit of detail. I'm just going to pop you down again so you can see a little bit clearer as I do this. So I'm just removing the leaves. Sometimes they will stick onto the fabric. That's absolutely fine. Scratch it off with your fingers, or better still, leave it to dry. It won't take too long because they are so thin, and then when it's dry it will just flake off. So I'm just taking the leaves off, and there you have some gorgeous prints made by nature. And over the next a few hours or so, these will dry out and they will develop into darker colours. This is one that I did yesterday, and you can see that you've got quite a bit of colour merge there. You've got more detail on the leaf, you've got some blues and purples as well as the magenta. So it really is something that it's immediate, and then it's going to just get better and better over time. So you might be thinking, well, that was really fun, that was really stress busting, I enjoyed that, but I've got a piece of fabric with some leaves on it. What can I do with it now? So I'm going to give you a few ideas of how you can use this fabric, and then please feel free to use the ideas, go off, come up with your own ideas, and if you do, please comment in the comments below so I can find out what you're doing. Also, if you are doing any prints today, please comment, please let me know what leaves you're using, what colours have worked really well for you. Also, pictures would be amazing as well. Because it's a virtual event, I don't get to see your beautiful prints, so if you can take photos of them for me or videos for me and put them in the comments below, that would be amazing. If you have any questions as well, please comment below. I will go through after the video, and I will make sure that I comment and answer all of your questions. So now to show you how you can use these pieces of fabric. If you make chutneys or jams and like to give them away for presents, then this is a really nice way to finish off the lid. I've just cut a circle just about an inch bigger, 2.5 centimetres bigger than the lid, just cut it all the way around. I fixed it with a sneaky little elastic band underneath and then tied it with a piece of twine. And I think that just makes it a really nice, natural, organic product. So that's idea number 1. Use them to top your chutneys and your jam. Idea number 2 is you can make gift tags. So with this one, I've just cut a piece of card into a square or any shape you want. I've then sewn using a sewing machine. I've sewn the fabric to the card, or you could use glue. Using a hole punch, I've made a little hole and then tied a piece of twine. I've used the natural twines because I think it complements the prints so well. And then the third idea is that you could wrap a present in them. Again, using sort of a Japanese technique, however, rather than tying the fabric, I have used garden twine as well. So there's 3 ways that you can then use the prints that you've done to give as gifts or to make your home beautiful. I just want to give you one last piece of advice. Because we've used natural pigments and we haven't used any fixatives, these colours will fade over time. You can prevent it from fading a little bit just by using the steam from a hot iron. That will prevent a fade a little bit, but they will carry on fading over time. So it probably isn't something you'd want to give someone as a present, say framed in a photo frame or something like that. I would stick to things like gift tags and wrapping paper and that sort of thing. But these will then develop over time. I can see this one's already, I'm getting some purples. And then I'll use those, I think, to make some more gift tags. Thank you ever so much for watching this morning. I know that we've had it's been really stressful over the last few days, and if you're in the UK then you're on the 2nd day of lockdown. So hopefully this is something in your armour for those days when you're feeling really stressed, want to create something beautiful, but also let a little bit of that stress out. It's a great one for doing that. So thank you so much for watching. Please, as I said, comment below, ask me any questions. I will go through afterwards to answer all your questions. Let me know what leaves you've been using, and also if you can post photos, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rachel from I Printed That, and I will see you again soon. Bye.